Hi, today we're working on Fundations Unit 11, Week 1, Day 5. The objective for today is that we will practice the long vowel sounds, the vowel consonant E syllable, and we will read a new story to practice fluency. Let's start with our sound card drill. Remember, say the letter, the keyword, and the sound along with me. B, bat, b. L, lamp, ul. R, rat, X, fox, x. WH, whistle, w. And now our glued sounds. AM, ham, am. ONG, song, ong. UNK, junk, unk. Great job practicing your sounds. All this week, we've been working on vowels. We already knew our short vowel sounds. The new sounds we added this week were the long vowel sounds. Remember that long vowels say the letter's name. Let's go ahead and go through each vowel, saying the short vowel sound and then the long vowel sound. Remember, the letter U has two long vowel sounds because sometimes the sound gets cut off in some words. Starting at the top. A, apple, a. A, safe, a. E, ed, E, Pete, e. I, itch, I. I, pine, I. O, octopus, ah. O, home, o. U, up, U, mule, u. U, rule, ooh. Great job. Remember to practice those sounds all the time because they can be a little bit tricky. Right now, what we're going to do is look at words that we have already had in our Word of the Day pack. So all of these words should be a review. I'm going to use my pencil tool and mark up any of the things that we find inside of those words as we're tapping. So we're going to be looking for digraphs, glued sounds, suffixes, bonus letters, blends, anything that we've previously learned. So let's start up here at the top. We have shred, shred. In this word, I see the digraph SH, so we'll underline it. Remember, a digraph gets underlined together because it's making one sound together. Right here we have k, all, call. ALL is a glued sound, so we will box it. You can also mark our bonus letter L in all. And we mark our bonus letters with a star. Right here we have j, a, b, job, base word, with a suffix s. So together that would make jobs. Next we have ink, think as a base word, suffix s, thinks. Inside of that word, we have our TH digraph and our I and K glued sound. Next we have ran, ran. AN glued sound gets a box. Over here, k, duck, base word. Suffix s gets a circle. Ducks. Inside of duck, the base word, I see the CK digraph. Next, down here we've got fix. This word doesn't have any fancy spelling to it, so what we can do is we can practice marking by scooping the syllable. Do you know what kind of syllable this is? That's right, it's closed. We'll mark it C for closed and put a breve on the I because it's making the short vowel sound I. Over here we've got ink, link. Put a box around your I and K glued sound. All right, down here, shut. SH digraph, good job. All right, down here, unk, junk. U and K glued sound, let's box it. All right, 2 more words. Here we've got our word of the day from yesterday. Let's make the sounds. G, l, o, b, globe. Sounds like the G and the L are making the blend gl. The O is saying O, so I'll mark my long vowel with a macron. And then I don't hear the E. It must be because this is a magic E. It's controlling the O to make it a long vowel. So let's also go ahead and scoop it so we can mark it as a vowel consonant E word to remind ourselves why the O is saying O. All right, last word. Ch, much. All I see there is the CH digraph. Great job reading and finding all the words that we can mark. Next, we're going to do a word investigation. So, I want you to take a look at the 3 words that you see on the screen. Try to read them by yourself first. Now, we're going to start by just looking at the first word right here. Find the vowel consonant E inside of that word. Here's a vowel, here's a consonant, here's an E. I know that in a vowel consonant E syllable, the E gets crossed off and the vowel gets marked with the long vowel sound. So, what does the first vowel say? What will the A say? Did you say A? If you did, that's right. The A is saying A because that's the long vowel sound that it makes when our E controls the vowel sound of the A. What letter is silent? That's right, the E is silent. That's why we crossed it off. The E is not making any sound in this word. Now let's tap it. I'm going to go ahead and mark the CH digraph that's here so we can make sure and tap it correctly. All right, go ahead. Ch, a, s, chase. Ooh, great job reading. I'm going to finish this word by scooping my syllable and marking my vowel consonant E. Now let's look at the second word right here in the middle. Find the vowel consonant E in this word. I see a vowel. I'm going to mark it with my long vowel symbol, the macron. I see my consonant S, and I see my E. Remember that when we have an S between 2 vowels, like in a vowel consonant E syllable, the S can sometimes make the sound Z. So what does the first vowel say? What does the I say in this word? If you said I, you're correct, because I is the long vowel sound. What letter is silent? The E is silent. That's why we crossed it off. All right, let's tap this word. W, I, Z, wise. That one was a little hard because we had to remember that the I was making the long vowel sound because of the vowel consonant E syllable, and that the S was making the Z sound because it's between 2 vowels. Now I've scooped it and marked my syllable. I'm ready for my next word. Last word on this page. Find the vowel consonant E. Here's my vowel, I'll mark it. There's my consonant K, and here's my E, I'll cross it off. So what does the first vowel say? It says I, because the magic E will make it say the long vowel sound I. What letter is silent? That's right, our magic E is silent. It's not saying anything because it's working so hard to help the vowel. Now, let's tap this word. B, I, k, bike. We learned earlier this week that if we have the k sound, we know that we can spell that with C, with K, or with CK. But when it's a vowel consonant E syllable, we're going to spell it using just the letter K. So bike is spelled with the k coming from the letter K. All right, it's scooped and it's marked. I'm ready to move on. Today, we have story time. For this, we're going to read the story that you see on the screen. While we read the story, We're going to practice making sure we're reading not too slow and not too fast. We also want to make sure we're using the scoops to have inflection in our voice so that we don't sound like a robot. After we're done reading, we're going to find the characters, the setting, and the main events, and we'll put little numbers next to the events to put them in order from first, second, and third, the beginning, the middle, and the end. So take a second and read the story's title. All right, now let's read it together. We're going to tap out the title. J-A-K, Jake, and then I have my trick word, the, W-A-L, whale. Jake the whale. That's the title. Good job. Now, as I'm reading the story, I would love for you to follow along. If you get lost or you get stuck on a word, just catch back up with wherever I am. If you need to pause, you can remember that this is a video, so you can pause it and read it by yourself, or after we're done reading it together, you can read it again. All right, Jake the whale. Jake the whale was very big. He had many whale friends. They all would ride the waves. One time, Jake and his friends were out on the waves, and Jake dove down into the sea. He went to hide, and his friends did not see where he went. They could not get him. I think that Jake is lost, said one of his friends. But Jake was not lost at all. He did a flip and a jump and was back with his other whale friends. They all swam into the big waves and had fun. Good job reading. Let's read it together one more time. Jake the whale was very big. He had many whale friends. They all would ride the waves. One time, Jake and his friends were out on the waves, and Jake dove down into the sea. He went to hide, and his friends did not see where he went. They could not get him. I think that Jake is lost, said one of his friends. But Jake was not lost at all. He did a flip and a jump and was back with his other whale friends. They all swam into the big waves and had fun. Good job reading. Now, the first thing we need to do is label the characters. This story has interesting characters because it's not people. A lot of times when we read stories, it's people. In this story, the characters are what? That's right, they're whales. So we've got a whale that we're going to label next to Jake. Actually, we'll put it right here next to Jake and his friends because the friends are characters in the story too. Now, the setting. The setting is where the story takes place. Where does this story take place? That's right, they're in the ocean, in the waves. So I'm going to put this wave right next to where it says waves. In this story, it actually says that they're in the sea, which is another name for ocean. Now, for the events, I have numbers 1, 2, and 3. We need to put them in order from the beginning, the middle, and the end. So when I look back at it, it says, Jake the whale was very big. He had many whale friends. They all would ride the waves. That really just kind of introduces the story. It doesn't tell us quite what happened. The events are the things that happened. So let's read more. One time, Jake and his friends were out on the waves, and Jake dove down into the sea. Sounds like that's our first event, that his friends were out on the waves. Jake and his friends were out on the waves. Let's read some more and find what happened next. He went to hide, and his friends did not see where he went. They could not get him. I think that Jake is lost, said one of his friends. Notice that I changed my voice a little bit when I read this sentence because it has those speaking marks to show you that someone is speaking. Those are called quotation marks. This is the second event that happens. So his friends think that he's lost because they can't find him when he went to hide. Now, let's see what happens last. But Jake was not lost at all. He did a flip and a jump and was back with his other whale friends. They all swam into the big waves and had fun. So the third thing that happens is that he comes back. He does his flip and his jump and he rejoins his friends. Great job reading along in this story. Now it's your turn to practice your words and looking at the story and reading the story on your own. So here's what you're going to do today. For this, you're going to need your pencil and paper or a whiteboard and dry erase marker. Remember, it's a video, so if you need to rewind, if you need to pause, if you need to watch the whole thing again, do whatever you need to do to be able to find the words that you're looking for. So, when you look back at the story, I want you to write down as many vowel consonant E words as you can find. So as many words in the story as you can find that have the vowel consonant E spelling pattern. The second thing I want you to do is write down as many trick words as you can find. Yesterday we learned 3 new trick words: friend, other, and another. That's 3 words that you could look for. But we've learned a lot of other trick words this year, so make sure you're finding as many trick words as you can remember. After you write those down, remember to mark up your words. So your vowel consonant E words, make sure you mark them how we learned how to mark vowel consonant E this week. So with your long vowel symbol, the macron, make sure you scoop, cross out your silent E. Remember with trick words, you mark them by doing what? Circling them. Okay, so now, are you ready? Okay, here's the story. Go ahead and pause if you need to. Take your time, find as many of those words as you can. Great job learning about the long vowel sounds and the vowel consonant E syllable all this week. You've gotten to be such good readers. I'll see you next time.